Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Hey, well, Nick Collier here again, and we are at the final stages. Well, I hope it's the final stages of the drill rig project, and we're at the point now. Yesterday, what you saw was Todd, who's been helping me all along. He's a bit camera shy, so you don't get a full view of him, but nor do you get him saying anything. But yesterday he built the 3 drill heads for this frame. This is the last one. There's 2 more up there. They're not fully assembled, but they're somewhat assembled. We're waiting for parts to show up. But you're going to see us walk through this process of assembly on this particular one, number 2, I believe. But we'll figure that out later. Hey, follow along. We're going to have some fun. Okay, well, today we put the sprockets and the gear drive assembly together. Of course, we don't have the motor yet, so we can't put the motor in, but that's fine. So we're working on the pillow blocks first thing, and we need some nuts and lock washers, but we can do that later. The shaft, which goes in Alright, well, we need the nuts and washers, so we'll be back. Okay, back to our pillow blocks. We found our washers, we found the nuts, and of course I don't have them in hand. Okay, so now I think what we want to do here right off the gate is go ahead and put some Loctite on these. Washer that's been trimmed because there's not enough room for a washer, and the nut. Alright, we got her back in. Alright, next step in this whole process is putting the carriage on underneath, from underneath. And we're going to do that from over here. So what we need is half a dozen big bolts. That's the right size. Okay, well, we got 5, and I know the 6th one is laying around here somewhere, but I just can't find it yet. So we're going to go with that for the moment. Got a bunch of bolts and nuts and washers. All right, so the carriage, first step off is the Delrin blocks need to go in here like that. I think we can get most of the way. Let's put it that way. We can't do this one until later. There we go. Now the other Delrin slider block, a bunch of washers. Take this bolt back out because it won't work. Push those bolts part way back out. Some of these. That looks good. Now what we have to do is get this sawhorse further out. Come on, get in there. All right, we got one. Okay, we gotta get number 1 completely in. There we go. We'll get this next one in. Okay. That one's in. Everybody's in. We got the number 5 and 6. Of course, we can't find number 6 bolt, but we have 5 bolts. So we'll come back in later for all of these bolts and put Loctite on them and get them all secure. But for right now, we have to kind of come up with something that's going to keep this thing from being all sloppy like that. So what I did the last time is I put a shim right in here. That's right, we got to take that off. So you can kind of see that somewhat. That's better. Okay, so what I have to do is figure out what my sizing is here, and the way I can do it is just to jam a screwdriver down in here. Geez, that looks pretty even. Not bad. Last one I had to do, it was tapered, so I had to mill a tapered bar, but this one looks like it's going to be just fine. So we'll see if we can come up with a piece of material that's going to take up that gap. And I'll be back. Okay, so we built ourselves a tapered pin, or a shim, that'll go in here and take up the excess space. But first we've got to take these bolts out. then slide the shim in, and that's going to go in pretty much like that. There we go. All right, we got one started. There we go. In. All right, this thing should slide very smoothly. Look at that. Okay, we're not going to tighten anything up until we get that final bolt. And it's laying around here somewhere. But for right now, I think we can put some chains on. All right, let's go for our first chain. All right, we want to sling this a little bit closer. Bring our chain up and put the master link in. And there it is. All right, well, we got the master link in. Now we got to put the two little cotter pins in the master link. No problem. All right, set. Now let's bring it over just a little bit more. There we go. And we've got a specialty bolt made by me. And that takes a half link. I'm almost positive. So we're going to run this chain over. Oops, hang on. I think it takes a master and a half link, if I remember correctly. Yeah. All right, so we'll just let that hang there. Let me go get another master link. That looks pretty good. All right, let's give that a try and see if it's going to work. Yep, right there. Take up a little bit more slack and we're right exactly where we want to be. Okay. So, little snow coming off the roof. We got about a foot of snow last night. That was pretty impressive. All right, we'll just let it hang. And get the pliers. Grab the snap ring or snap link. Put that in. Okay. Let's take it out. Figure out where our flat is. There it is. Cotter pin. There we go. Bolt in. There we go. nylon lock nut, and we're set. Oh man, perfect. Okay, we'll do the other side. All right, well now all we have to do is adjust the chain, and they're fairly loose. We just cinch up on these nuts here. Whoops, that's too big. 15, 16. We gotta hang on to the other side. All right, chain in. Everybody's reasonably happy. We'll stop here for the moment. Well, Nick Collier here again, freezing my butt off here in sunny California. Well, you may know or may not know that we live at 3,000 feet up in the Sierra Mountains, and I'm on a north slope, so the sun never reaches my property at this time of year. It's February, and so we're freezing our butts off. I got the wood stove cranking, but you know, it hasn't been lit since yesterday afternoon, so the barn is a little cold, and my shop, all the tools are freezing cold, so I put some gloves on so I can run them. Back to the drill project. We are at a standstill. There's two motors that need to be that were ordered some time ago, and the corporation that makes these motors decided that it was going to be an 8-week wait to get them. So those we're waiting for. We're waiting for controls and a few incidentals, and then we'll be able to start back in again. For now, everything is just kind of put away behind me here, leaning up against the wall, hoping that parts begin to show up at some point or another. Excuse me. And then at that point, we will go ahead and continue. For the moment, I've got another exciting job that we could film, and this next week we will begin on that process, and when this thing continues, we'll pick it back up again and run with it. But for now, this is Nick Collier checking out.